GJ Kinne, week 3 of practice in the books. Are you prepared to name a starting quarterback?
Uh, yeah, I think we'll see how it goes. Review the film. Obviously, McLeod's played really well all camp. So is RJ. So is Brad. So is PJ. So all positions are competing still. So we'll check the film. But I feel pretty good about it.
Feel good about it?
Yeah.
What about health-wise? How you guys feeling out there? How's everything looking for you all on that front?
Yeah, man, that was the best part about today is relatively no crazy injuries. Obviously, you got your bumps and your bruises throughout fall camp, but we put a huge emphasis on taking care of their bodies, and they've done a really good job of buying into that and having the discipline. That's the biggest part is when you come out here and practice, having the discipline to be able to stay up, especially in game-like atmosphere. So that we've had a really good camp as far as that goes, and today was probably the best day at displaying that discipline.
Coach, I was listening to an earlier interview you were doing with Jacob and Andrew. You were saying, we have these practices that are about, an 8, but like for us to be at the championship level, it needs to be another level.
Yeah.
What do you mean when you say, even though like there's good practices, they need to be at another level?
Yeah, I think just the execution and talking about the discipline, like even today, really good practice on both sides of the ball, right? Defense really came out early and played really well. Offense, I thought finished really strong. We didn't have too many penalties. I would say, probably under 8. So I thought that was pretty good, in the short amount of time. And they're penalties that you can clean up, right? Great learning experiences. You have the Sun Belt referees out here today, and talking about the points of emphasis for this year and the things they see. So we're about to go meet with them as a team and kind of talk to them about what they saw out here today. So that'll be really good for us. But I think just overall, just the execution and discipline. There's some days, just like on game day, some days you're going to be really sharp and come out there and perform at a high level, and other days you're not. So for the most part, we've executed at a high level. But the standard is every day executing at a high level. So we got to continue to push that.
A lot of people moving in, seeing San Marcos, maybe touching down for the first time.
Yeah.
This is like one of the first places they see. What's your message to new students?
Man, I think get here, be here early, be loud. We need that home field atmosphere, and then travel. Go to the games. We'll talk to President Danforth. Fridays we're off. Our Fridays off. Go travel to the games. Make sure you're here early for the home games.
You're playing on some new turf right now, standing on it. It's supposed to feel a little bit cooler with the turf. Do you feel that at all?
Yeah, for me, I think just you can feel how nice the turf is. They did a really good job. I think when we've been going from the grass fields out here to the game field, it just feels cleaner. The execution, like you're talking about, the discipline has been better, just being like a game-like atmosphere. And then obviously with the referees out here today was really nice. But yeah, you can feel. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty hot out here, but I guess maybe a little bit.
I guess you're kind of facing the sun right now. Bad time to ask you that question.
Yeah, it's all right, but it's really not. It's not too bad. It's really not.
We've seen some extra safety pprecautions with helmets, the padding and everything. Obviously, it seems like it's the player chooses if they want to wear that or not. But those Guardian caps. What does it make a difference at all when a guy's out there working in it, whether it's injury wise, whether it affects anything or
I love them. I think it's great. Right now, O-line, D-line, running backs, tight ends, linebackers. So if you're in the box, you have one on, right? Skill positions, don't have them on. Obviously the NFL, it's more of like an opt-in. You can even wear them on game day in the NFL now. This is the first year you can wear them on game day. We've actually talked to our compliance. I don't think the college is ready for that yet, but I'm sure we'll be right behind them. I'm a big fan of player safety and keeping everybody healthy. So I like the trend. I love it.
Have you noticed a little bit of a cutback on whether it's like even minor head injuries or anything like that?
No, I for sure, 100%. It's been awesome, and we, like I said, we've been really healthy, but a lot of it has to do with the discipline and making sure you have your mouthpiece in and all that kind of stuff. That's part of being disciplined. Make sure you're properly equipped for practice. So we've been really good at that so far.
We got 2 weeks left for the first game. What do you want to see accomplished in those 2 weeks, specifically this last week of fall camp before you get to game prep following week?
Yeah, I think just continuing the execution and for us, like substitution, and we'll have one more mock game next Saturday. But I thought today was one of our best scrimmages. It really was. There was some back and forth. It was really good. You want to see that. You don't want to see one side just go out here and dominate. So I think just the execution, continuing to know your teammates, starting to get those groups maybe solidified. You know, we're rolling 3 groups still, so figuring out which one of those bodies in the 3 groups is going to be with the 1s and the 2s, and you know, at some point we'll split off to scout teams. We'll vote for captains and kind of get ready for the season.
Now, you've mentioned good problem to have with so much depth, but is it still obviously up in the air with a lot of these positions, figuring out who's and where?
Yeah, I think we're getting, you know, the picture's getting a little cleaner, but you know, we still have work to do. Like you said, game day's not here thankfully yet, and so we still got a lot of work to do. And I think, you know, those early weeks, you know, I know I said this last year, it's so hot. You know, we the first game, and then obviously the second game's at 3 o'clock, and so those first couple of weeks, hopefully we get to play a lot of you know, players, be able to roll guys, and so I think being able to roll 3 groups the whole all fall camp has been huge for us. Where last year we just didn't have the depth to do that. Where this year, you know, we're able to develop a little more depth.
And get prepared a little more with all that.
Exactly.
You know, being able to practice out here at UFC Stadium, how important is it to simulate like a game type atmosphere, especially when you have the scrimmages and you also have the Sunbelt referees here? How important is it to get as much game time simulation as you can possible?
Man, it's huge. It really is for the coaches. Really, almost more for the coaches than the players. Obviously, you got substitutions and heads. You got the new headset deal. You got the iPads on the sideline. So we worked in the iPads for the first time today, which is really cool. So, you know, people who's going in the box, who's going to be on the sideline, all that kind of good stuff. So that was really good. And then we'll clean it up next week during the mock game.